That's actually a really good way to put it, because like once you've achieved something, then you kind of expect yourself to just like always be that good, and then you kind of get complacent.
But there's a reason. There's a reason you got that good,
right?
And you had to keep doing it.
It's because you were working hard. You were working harder because you actually wanted to achieve something.
That's the reason that I always stress like playing when you actually want to play, because that's like a legitimate solution. That's not just saying like you have to keep trying hard. It's like, well, how do I try hard? It's like, well, play when you actually want to put the effort in. That's the solution. There's no other way. It's not like, ooh, I'm gonna fucking inject this thing. Oh, I'm trying hard now. You know, it's like, no, it doesn't happen. Discipline is one thing, but motivation is necessary to do something competitively. But I do have to say, like, there's diminishing returns on just sitting on one single hero in the lane. Like, you can see that your invoker's dying to the Kunkka. You could rotate. You could rotate there if your Bloodseeker's free farming, which he is. Or you could help this lane, and your Bloodseeker does a little bit better. You kill the Lion.
Yeah, I think going for Legion Commander right now. Still level 1. Going for Legion Commander right now is a big mistake.
Even if you kill him, it's like this is a support, right? So he's basically shutting down your rotations by just being in the jungle. Your warding is already good, and you can come here like if you've already pressured the other lanes. But that's actually when I play Pudge, that's something that I always used to joke about it back when I was like a shitty player and I didn't actually know why I was good at Pudge. I just kind of was, and it was the only hero that I could play competitively. And the way that I would always joke about it is I would always say like, oh, I'm gonna go give this guy a taste of my medicine. Like he hasn't been properly introduced yet. So I'd literally go introduce myself to everybody on the map just because I wanted to like instill that fear in them. But it wasn't really a fear thing. It's just the nature of like heroes snowballing and getting farm in Dota. Once you shut somebody down, you can go to another lane, shut them down, and then the cores that are remaining in that lane can continue shutting them down, and then you can go fuck with the Legion. But there needs to be like, you know, you need to be taking dips in all the little pools. You know what I mean? You can't just be in one of them. I thought of a good analogy. Okay, so let's go back to the pool analogy. Let's say that you have a lot of public swimming pools in your hometown. It's your goal, because you're a piece of shit, to fuck up this day of swimming for everybody. So do you sit in one of those pools and keep taking dumps in it so people have to leave the pool? No, because one single turd floating around in the pool is enough to cause everybody to exit the pool. So your job is to go to the pool as quickly as possible, take the biggest dump that you can, fuel yourself up so your next dump is just as large, and then go to the next pool. And that's what you're doing here. So you're going into the next pool, but you've already your bowels are already completely empty. You know, you have no more to give because this Morphling's level 4, Lion's level 3, so now it's hard. But that's why you need to go when you have a lot left in your bowels to shit in the pools. You see Bloodseekers dying. You know, and this is just it. You go to the pool, the lifeguard says, get the fuck out of here. You were taking so long shitting in the other pool that I know what you're coming here to do. You're banned from here. They're the lifeguards, and you're trying to take a dump in the pool. Don't let them know that you're trying to shit in the pool.
But if you spend the first 15 minutes of the game focusing on being like pre-prepared, if you set up early for the runes, for the first 3 runes ones.
Prepare already has pre on it, dude. You added pre to prepare. It's like you need to really preemptively prepare.
Yeah, exactly. Preemptively prepare.
You need to preemptively pre-prepare for preparing to prepare to preemptively get the runes.
Exactly.
You have a better pressuring lane than they do.
Right. It's actually, that's a really good point, because if you have good harass, it's
why start later?
Yeah, it's guaranteed, because it's like one of the best ways to get heroes that are weaker than you to take harass from you, because they really want to get the bounty runes. And normally in the lane, they're going to play super safe. But when there's a bounty rune that's spawning, and it's the first one, they're going to put themselves in a position to be harassed, like 100% of the time, pretty much.
Or they lose the runes for free.
Yeah.
And you don't trade anything for it.
Yep, and also you do like pretty severe psychological damage to pubs in solo queue if you get all 4 runes. Like, and that's legitimate. Like you'll
I mean,
actually
you have like a 70 or 80% win chance.
Yeah.
With all the runes.
Yeah, it's actually pretty insane. You'll legitimately have people like feeding down mid if they lose all 4 runes sometimes.
And also, I would go for the reason I would go for a Blightstone first too is like you're building into a what's it called, medallion. So like you can actually if you just get the mana regen component to the medallion, you can build into like a Bassi with that, and then disassemble it, put your Blightstone together with the chainmail, which you had as well, and then you have this really efficient build-up into a very early medallion.
And an urn afterwards.
Precisely. Yep. It's like super good on any hero that wants both, and Dazzle's amazing with both. You want to know why it's such a good build-up? Because you have the Bassi for the siege wave to protect the wave, and then you have a medallion afterwards. Like, it's actually the perfect timing if you're playing in the offlane. I've been doing that on Nature's Prophet recently, where I'll have the Bassi for the siege wave, then I'll have the medallion for the next tower and for fighting. Then I'll have an urn when the laning phase breaks apart because we take the tower, because I'll disassemble it, and then I don't need the Bassi, and then of course I build into another Bassi anyway because I get Vlad's. But you can see my point. It's like the Bassi timing, if you do that, is always on the first siege wave. And then after that ends, you get the urn and the medallion, and then you're fighting, and you're a fighter. And you have 2 single target items that combo together really well at just focusing somebody down.
Yep. This is, you guys are pushing high ground. Do you have Aegis? You do not have Aegis, and you guys are only level 12 on your Medusa. So this is a very obvious mistake that's about to happen, which is forcing the issue when you don't need to. You could just back off, choke out the map.
This is already a win. They're already in their base. All you need to do is force them back, and then just leave.
Get back!
Specifically, this Undying is doing some really dumb shit. There it is. There it is. Oh boy.
That's a game-losing fight right there, actually. Legitimately game-losing fight.
Everybody dies.
What is this? What is this garbage? Why is this happening?
The general consensus of all pub players is that all I need to win Dota games is more damage. And that's clearly not the case. Because it gives you basically the opportunity to make 0 mistakes. And since Dota is a game of who makes less mistakes wins.
That's not good stuff. It's just like, oh boy, we made 1 mistake. Hope the enemies fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh boy, they didn't. We lose.
Would you rather have many opportunities to win every single game?
Imagine playing like a game of soccer where if like you let the ball go away once, you just lose.
Yeah.
It would be awful. It would be awful. It's like, all right, let's put everybody on forward and have literally 0 defense. Fighting the level 1 rune, hitting the Earthshaker. Exactly like I told you to do. Good stuff, good stuff. Blasting the range creep. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Good stuff. Good stuff. So then you get the range creep deny. They don't get the range creep deny. So you're winning the lane right now. So you block the camp. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Hockulaner. This guy, man.
I'm immortal level supporting right now. Gets the rune deny, or the ward deny.
God, Earthshaker even fucking fissured him because he was triggered. He's like, oh, my ward. I'm gonna fissure this guy. And you can pull the side camp, maybe after blasting this to get the range creep, because Snakes is pulling. So Snake's pulled to the... Yeah, so you're setting up for the range creep. Oh.
Yeah, perfect. Now perfect time to go pull now. Of course Jenkins happy about this. He just coached this guy. This is literally an advertisement for Jenkins' coaching right now.
Dude, this is actually immortal level shit. You guys are just destroying. I don't even know if we need to watch this. It's just like you stomp so hard in the lanes that the game is just a snowball out of control and you're going to destroy. Like, you don't even need to play Dota at this point. You just need to run at the enemy heroes and hit them with your spells, and then you just win.
Yeah. Just because your numbers are all higher than theirs at this point. It's basically having 5 OP heroes because you just have way better stats and damage than they do.
Yes, exactly. There's no game. It's like you're playing fucking chess, but you have 3 queens and they have none.
Yeah.
you just eventually win.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Just the worst thing that you can do in Dota, in my opinion, is what's happening right now, where you're literally just sitting and waiting for the enemy team to show up at your base.
Yep.
Because they're just out farming you. So yeah, I think running down the top lane and just suiciding for that tower would get you farm, push
Yep.
in the tower, and then they would run at you, so your team can farm these lanes right here instead of using serpent wards to defend a fucking tower like that.
Because here's the thing, your team is not going to leave this area of the map. They've proven that. They're not going to leave this area of the map right now. So if you force the entire enemy team to come kill you top lane, then your team is going to be able to farm safely in the spot that they don't want to leave. The other thing that I would really like to point out in this game, because this is such a hard lane, you should be looking for any opportunity to get active on the map and get out of here, because you actually can't help the anti-mage at all. So one thing that I've seen AUI do
Drop
a
a
lot,
ward and then leave.
yeah, is he buys at like 4 minutes and 45 seconds every single game as a support in the safe lane. He buys 2 wards and a smoke, and he wards like somewhere near his safe lane to protect the carry there, and then he goes and smokes to the mid lane and wards the mid lane and then tries to gank the mid laner. I think that's something that you could definitely do with your hero. It's a little bit hard to get a kill with the Medusa because she's not the best like killing hero.
It's still,
especially against a PL, but if you can force the PL out of lane and make him go Shrine or make him go back to Fountain or something like that, that's completely valuable. Because you could force rotations from the other lanes and win the other lanes by taking heroes and bringing them to the lane.
I'm telling you, dude, coaching has been the biggest influx of ideas that I've had, because it's like
for sure.
The same things happen every game. It's like, guys, you just need to stop doing this one thing and you're gonna gain like 1,000 MMR. It's a good thing. Just inject that video right into my fucking veins. Inject it into my butthole, my eye, anything, whatever will get me high and take me out of this.
Form tonight, dude.
Well,
You think that you're on your own personal stream and not degrading my brand with your butthole jokes.
I would say that with Axe Venge, the way that you want to play this lane is you slowly harass them down with your Axe's nuke and then your Wave of Terror, because it's such like overtime damage, so Void can't just backtrack it. But if you stun him, he just jumps. If he gets called and then spinned on, he just jumps. So like what you want to do is just go 2 points in the Axe nuke and then 2 points in Wave of Terror, and then he can't lane because you just run at him and hit him, and then he has to jump, but it's damage over time, so it doesn't do anything. You know, if you want some dank ass advice for trading with people on creeps, there's like a window where they can't aggro. So if you aggro them first intentionally and then hit during the window where they can't aggro, it's free hits. Also, if you right click somebody from outside of the range of the creeps, they don't aggro to you. So you can just sit there right clicking them and get free hits on them like that. That's all I care about. I already pay for rent with Dota Alchemy. That's all I need. Rent and food.
Yeah.
Then I'm good. Rent and food and I'm good. I don't need anything else.
How about
I just want to be alive.
How about some like purpose to your life outside of video games?
I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I don't need any purpose. You know, I think I'd just be depressed either way. Nice stacking. Ooh, double stacking. Beautiful.
Get it. And checking what's going on while you're walking away. That was perfect. I mean, your camera, like, again, right here. Where could possibly be dangerous for you? Is it over here? No. You just saw Pudge walk over here. You have to be having your camera in the direction of danger. Otherwise, you're never going to be safe. Holy shit. It came from up there.
Oh, we should just retire.
All right, I'm done. I can't watch this anymore. Yeah, I think this was a really good episode. I had a lot of fun. Hope you guys had fun watching it. We had probably the highest viewer count we've ever had, so thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll definitely see you next week. If you guys want to be featured in the replays next week, you know where to go. Dota Alchemy on Patreon. And
Patreon.com/Dota Alchemy.
hello, everyone, and thank you for watching the video. We genuinely appreciate your time and attention spent with us here on the YouTube channel.